be there.
So you remember when we were mourning the loss of my boss, Dr. Omane Boamah? I sat here and told you the meeting we had with him in the morning.
Yeah. And
he designed the plan for us for Akwatia, the strategy to use for the election. And then the next 4 hours, he was involved in the plane crash that took his life with the other 7 gallant men. I mean, so after that, we sat through as a directorate and said we have to do this thing to his honor. We have to make sure that we win this seat in his honor. We have to implement the blueprint he gave us. He was our boss, and when he put pen and paper together, yours to just go and implement. He need not to be around. We did it at Ablekuma North, the 19th polling station. He drew all the plan, the strategy. We went and implemented it. He was a defense minister, so there was no way he was going to come forward in the implementation process.
Yeah.
But he was behind and pulling the strings for us too.
Right.
And we did it seamlessly. I mean, so this Akwatia team, we said, oh, that's why his demise, the blueprint is there. I mean, so we charge ourselves that, look, let's go and do this thing in honor of Dr. Omane Boamah. And so the MPP, they were just making noise around. But you know that since National Executive agreed that we should go ahead and contest the election, win it in his honor, some were saying that we should back out. We said, no, we have to go and win in his honor. I mean, he was passionate about winning the Akwatia seat. He was the one always pushing me to speak about the rigging machinery of the NPP in the Akwatia constituency in 2024 election.
Okay.
And that if we were able to show them during the by-election that they actually rigged the election and win it massively so that Ghanaians will see that whatever we're saying was true, then we'll be vindicated. And so based on that, we went in fully. And then so with the plan, the strategy we knew we were going to beat him. Beat the NPP hands down. And it worked perfectly. I mean, if you look at the members of the directorate, my colleague Madi, Yaira Koku, Dr. Atta Boateng, and then had a tacit support from the National Executive, led by the National Chairman, the General Secretary, and all the party bigwigs in the country. And everybody came and supported us as a directorate, and we did it. And with the speedtest of time, I mean, within an hour after the close of polls, we were able to collate all the 119 polling stations. By 6:45, we are done. And then
by 6:45 p.m.
Yes.
You knew you had won.
Oh, we had won. And that was why when you watch your cameras and
I saw Akogan and Co. in some office.
They were jubilating. I mean, we had finished then before so by the time I got to the collation center, we had done almost 80% of the collation. And then the system was running. So even when my friend Befi, Honorable Befi, ran to the collation center.
You mean Michael Befi?
Michael Befi.
Okay.
Thought he had won because they had collated Wenchi area and all that democracy, and they were leading. He ran to the polling in the collation center thinking that they had won. And so when I was studying with him, he said, I told him, my friend, why are you here? Are you coming to announce your resignation? He said, oh, there. We have won the election. I said, who? That we have won. I said, you have won where? I haven't seen it. I said, I opened my phone for him. I said, sure. At that time, we had crossed 118. It was just like with one. Then when he saw it, his demeanor changed completely. Ostensibly, they were not collating their results. That has been their problem. For some time now, it's like they have difficulties in collating their own results. Saw it at Asinov, they couldn't. They had very difficult in collating. Even at Kumeu, they easily had to rely on my results to declare because they had some challenge. Asinov, they virtually couldn't. And the same problem they had. And this one, the one we did at Akwatia, they couldn't collate their results. They didn't have a results. Otherwise, my good friend wouldn't have been there. If he had known that they had lost massively, you ran to the place. So it was there he got to know that they actually lost the election. And I told him I was coming for a by-election in his place because he made a promise that if NDC wins, he was going to resign. And then so as an honorable man, I was holding him to his word. He should do the honorable thing. I mean, he should just tender in resignation so that NDC will come and test our firepower.
Oh, he says he's sorry.
You see, honorable.
He says he's
If
sorry.
you are honorable, as soon as you say you are sorry, just resign.
Okay.
That's you must be honorable about it. And you see, this will make Ghanaian electorate to trust politicians, whatever we are saying. Otherwise, we'll stand on platform, say all manner of things, and then go back and say, I'm sorry. I didn't mean what, after all, I've gotten the power. That is not good enough. Don't fool the people to get power.
Okay.
Tell them the reality. And that is why His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, his rating is increasing day in, day out. His rating is day in, day out, it's increasing. And it helps us a lot in Akwatia. Because his demeanor, his posture, and what he tells the public, it comes to pass. He won't concoct stories or just to create an impression that doesn't exist. That is not the type of president we have.
Okay.
So that alone is supporting us a lot. Whatever we are going in for elections and all that, the people believe that, look, these are a group of people we should have confidence, we should trust.
Okay.
And so for my friend Befi, he should prepare. I mean, if he does, we say we will get speaker to hold him to his word for us. We as a party, if he's not resigning, we'll write to the speaker. I mean, to ask that he should let him do the honorable thing. I mean, either he resign or he stand in front of Parliament and apologize to the whole country.
You mean you
Because
are
an honorable person?
You are already eyeing the new job in South?
Of course, even as of yesterday, some people were expressing interest. When are we going to open nominations? Should they?
Who? Who's expressing interest?
Yes, the people are interested. They know anybody we pick as a candidate a new job and was going to win the election.
Really?
NPP cannot beat NDC as of now in any election anytime soon. That party is completely disorganized. And it's one of the reasons why they will continue to lose elections until they realize it and go back onto the drawing board, reorganize themselves, reset the party, and then get to understand that there's something wrong with the party machinery as of now. There's no way. They will continue to embarrass their supporters day in, day out.
Okay.
In the election that will be going.
So we'll have a whole conversation about how you were able to pull this off as against what the NPP thinks you did to win the elections. How did you pull off, or what did the trick for you as far as the Akwatia by-elections are concerned?
Well, like I said earlier, I mean, if you look at the performance of the government of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama over the 8-month period we've been in power, phenomenal. He's done fantastic. I mean, the rating of the government has increased. The confidence level of the people in the government in terms of delivery is very high. They have trust in the government. They believe that this, although it's a young government, but it's living to its expectation. It's doing what it promised the people that it's going to do. And that life has a bit come to a very, the difficult life terrain that we used to live under the NPP has reduced drastically. Prices of goods, foodstuffs in the market has reduced drastically, a lot. I mean, if you go to the pumps, it's stable. Prices of fuel and all this is stable. So industry is picking up very fast. Agri sector is growing up. If you look at the manufacturing sector, it's also picking up. We have stabilized the mining sector. If you look at it, we are reducing the destruction of the forest at a very fast rate. So all this, the people have confidence. And don't forget, where we went, there are two things there. They are into mining and into agri. These two are the major things they do in there. And the people too are highly educated in the area.
Right.
Education is very high in terms of the population in that area. They are educated in that level. So if you look at it, MPP made a mistake. They should have done it, the primaries, to pick a candidate. For just handpicking the gentleman was one of their nemesis. I mean, they didn't do proper analysis of the background of the person they were bringing in as a candidate. And then we allowed the democratic process to pick up the candidate for us. And interestingly, our candidate is a lawyer. I mean, a seasoned lawyer in the constituency. He's helped a lot of people in the constituencies and all that. And he's been the youth employment coordinator before in the constituency and the secretary of the constituency. So he's somebody they know. And they know that comparatively, if you put the two together, the one who can advocate for them in the constituency will be Lawyer Bediako.
Okay.
So that one alone, the environment of which they're picking the candidate, the people could analyze it. They are highly educated people in that constituency. And so they will do this analysis, they themselves, and see that, look, in terms of the two candidates, yes, the MPP man, I like him because he's a business guy. He's a young man who is doing well in business. And so he will need support to grow his business so that he can bring in more young people to support in that. There are certain rules such people you don't push them into. That's why he admitted yesterday in his interview that actually the NDC did well and that he's also going to grow himself and build his capacity. Yes. That was when he was conceding.
In fact, he talks about,
yes.
he actually went ahead to talk about the fact that he wants to have him pursue his PhD.
That is it. That's what I'm saying. So you see, he understood it.
Yeah.
That clearly, it's like, before I want to do this job, I need to raise this thing, build my capacity, and so that I can catch up with this thing. So you have gone ahead. There are better days for me too. I mean, that's the beauty of it. Apart from that, we made the people to understand that, look, these promises that we are bringing to you, they are genuine promises. They are not things that we are coming and behave like they are sin off style and all that. They are promises that we are ready to keep. Look, where we were staying, a GCD, this Ghana Consolidated Diamond area, it was abandoned, completely abandoned. Well, it is when the people voted for His Excellency John Dramani Mahama that life has been brought back to that place again. Now you go to the whole place is lit, and they are now trying to revamp it. You can imagine the number of people who will be recruited to work in that area. Right. It was abandoned completely. Fine buildings and all that. I don't know why for 8 years MPP abandoned it. And in the constituency, they couldn't point to one thing that they've done in the constituency that renewed for the benefit of the whole generality of the constituency. So MPP had deficit in that constituency already. And so we said, fine, we will do what is needful. We educated the people, sold the good works of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama to them. The chiefs were pleased with it, and they agreed they were going to vote for it. Now, the only thing was left for us was to protect it.
Okay.
Because, time and again, I said it, NPP didn't win the 2024 election in that constituency. They rigged the elections. Because of that, we went to court. We're pursuing that matter in court. You know, they declared the results at Tesano police station. It wasn't declared in Akwatia. We were declared in Akwatia. They said they won't accept. So they ran to Tesano police station with another returning officer. They brought somebody else. And the person stood there and declared Eskumi the winner with a vote margin of 2,000. You see the interesting thing? So we were able to track the 2,000 votes, where it came from, and realize that this was a rigged election. So that was the basis of which we went to court.
I see.
So whilst we were in the process to exhibit the evidence that the election was rigged, the gentleman died. So the matter became moot. So we couldn't exhibit it. Now the opportunity came. We said, look, let's exhibit the evidence in the by-election. Let the people vote so that the general public will know that we actually said what we meant was true. And true to see, you said the difference. The difference between NDC and NPP in this by-election is 2,964.
In fact, you've only managed to add about a bit more.
That is why
in excess of 700 votes.
Yes, because the guys were smart in rigging. In those areas, we identified the areas.
So you clawed back the 2,060 something and added some 700.
Added some votes into it. Because we knew that this was not MPP votes. And so when we started with our boss, Dr. Omane Boamah, we identify all these areas and see how we're going to make sure that we claw back those votes meant for the NDC and make sure and prevent the NPP from doing that rigging thing they used to do in those areas.
But the dynamics have changed, haven't they? You are now in government. You have incumbency advantage. In any case, it's been 9 months since the elections was held in that same constituency. So obviously things were going to change.
And I'm saying that, of course, things will change. But if you don't open your eagle eyes, they will rig the elections. NPP was bent on rigging the elections.
My question was in relation to the earlier statement you made, which statement was that? You've always believed that the Akwatia elections in 2024, the NDC won. accept that the NPP stole that elections. And so in order to prove that indeed Akwatia was yours and not for the NPP, you took advantage of this by-election to prove that point. And I'm asking that, how about those who also counter-argue that the dynamics have changed for two reasons? One, you have incumbency as an advantage. And also, secondly, it's been 9 months since that last elections in Akwatia, which is in 2024. A lot has changed, haven't they?
Incumbency couldn't have been the basis for winning, because we've gone to by-elections where MPP in power with all their firepower, with all the money, and beat them to it. We beat them to it.
You're talking about St. North?
Yes. So I'm saying that. So that couldn't have been a basis.
Okay.
The thing is that we have a strategy. We had a plan. And we're saying that, look, we are going to make sure that this our votes that is stole, it will come back to us. We'll make sure that we'll pull out the people.
Okay.
NPP, they were talking of apathy. Nobody had apathy. They managed to pull out about 15,000 people. And they were talking of people being threatened. So the 15,000 people voted, but they were not threatened. And so when they started jubilating around Wenchi area and Takrasi, those areas, jubilating in the early time of 5:30, they didn't know that they were going to lose. They thought they had won, and they were happy. So clearly that couldn't have been a basis. But we knew that, look, despite all this, we had to work harder. And that is why I give thumbs up to the Chief of Staff, the National Chairman, the General Secretary. All of them consider the constituency as a communal labor. Let's go in there. Let the people know we mean business. And you see, we have to also give thumb up to His Excellency the President. He's the father of the nation. He said, look, this is a by-election. Okay, I'm the father of the nation. Why will I go and be campaigning for you? Did you see him in Ablekwa?
I wanted to ask you why he didn't turn up for the
I'm saying that he has confidence in his team. He has confidence in the team that is leading the party and the structure of the party as of now. It's not as disorganized as our opponent. So when you have a very organized group like that, why will he himself come there to do? To do what? What is he going to do? You don't need him there. It is only when you have difficulties in the leadership of your party that you have problems, you think that they cannot, then that's why you're running into this. And that is the problem of the NPP now. You see, although they brought their former president and then the vice president, former vice president, to Eneskumi 1 week, where they nearly lynched our national chairman and the party candidate, it didn't help them. And that's why I'm saying that I'm happy the academicians spoke about the security architecture.
Yeah.
And you see, we sat at the police headquarters, at the National Election Security Task Force, and we all agreed to the deployment plan of the police. In fact, the NPP came with a strong, powerful team, 3-man team. They are national organizer, and Nanabi, the former interior minister, led them. I'm told he's now the chairman of the security committee of the NPP, the former interior minister. And then, you remember GCOP Ofori?
Yes.
Ofori. Oh, he's now with NPP. He's with them. He's one of their security group.
Oh, you mean the former public relations officer?
Yes, yes.
Of the Ghana Police Service?
Ghana Police Service. He's with them.
He's with the NPP
NPP,
now?
yes. He came. He was part of their team.
I see.
Okay, so, and I was there with my Deputy General Secretary, Lawyer Barbara Sawa.
Okay.
And then our National Vice Chairman, Ralph.
Yes.
So the three of us met. And we all agreed that, look, because of the issues that you people are raising about Ablekwa, just one polling station, which we all condemn. But you people refuse to condemn the lady who caused that problem. That led us to all of us talking about it. You should have also condemned her for bringing dangerous weapon to the polling station. That led to her beating. We condemned the beating. The police told us at that meeting that they had arrested 2 people, and at the close of the day, they were going to arrest more people. And true to their words, they arrested people by the close of that meeting. That made it 8. Prosecuted and got conviction. That was a plus for the police service.
Okay.
And they told us, look, we are going to deploy enough security to the Ablekuma North, this in the Akwatia, so that lives and properties, you, the political parties, you will be protected. Nobody can raise figure against you. We won't allow any miscreant to come and misbehave against any of you.
Okay.
That was the reason. They asked for the numbers, the people who are going to be there because of name tags and all that. The IGP directed the Director of Operations to finance them with a deployment list, as well as the NDC. We had no problems. We all agreed. Their issue was that they don't have confidence in the police. They said it there. They don't have confidence. So if our opponents who just left the police service to us 8 months down the lane, which we have not structurally changed the police, the only thing we did is that the IGP was asked to step aside. His deputy, who was appointed by the ex-administration, less than 5 months to the general election, in charge of operations, election operations,
right,
promoted to IGP, and you think you have a problem with such a setup, then there might be something wrong with the MPP at the time they were putting this structure in place. They knew something that you and I are not aware. So we raised issues about it. And I told them it was just a baseless accusation that they were putting against the police service and all that. Thankfully, the police did a yeoman's job. Indeed, the Deputy General Secretary, Elijah Haruna, said it after the election that you have to thank the police service for a yeoman's job. They have done extremely well. Even in the face of provocation, they held on. And we, as a political party, the NDC, we saw the provocation and we knew the plan. The plan was to muddy the beauty of the by-election. We saw it. Leadership of the MPP came into the constituency, started tearing our posters from polling station, even one close to our party office. That was the highest point of provocation that you could think of. But because we are training our people, our supporters, activists, then look, don't do anything to them. Allow them. We know what they are looking for. If you react, it will mar the beauty of the whole process. Imagine my worthy brother, who is the leader of the MPP in Parliament, go and tear a poster. We have pictures to that, videos of it. Their executive, their general secretary, go and be tearing posters, saying that it's close to the polling station. The voting center is not supposed to be there. Meanwhile, I'll be happy if your cameras will zoom to the main polling station, where we had about 3 polling stations over there at the main lorry station at Akwatia, the T junction over there. You will see a huge billboard and a banner of their candidate, Asumani, facing the ballot booth. So all the voters who are coming to campaign will be looking at him. That one, they didn't see anything wrong with that. NDC didn't raise an issue about it. They thought, look, the die is cast. Whether the billboard is there or no, it won't change anything. If you go to Wanchi, they had their whole party office very close to a polling station. They argue that, yes, the party office has been there. The electoral commission always bring their distance. If they want, they can relocate. We didn't say anything. Allow them.
Okay.
So if these things happened, the NDC held back. Because we knew if we were going to react to their tearing of our posters around the routes and all that, we would have been saying different story or discussing different stories this morning.
Okay.
But we held back because of the discussion we had with the police and the training that went through. We did a lot of training. In fact, from Wednesday up to Friday, I was on my feet training all manner of groups in our party, explaining things to them, how the election process is going to be and how they should hold back and respect the police deployment and not to interfere and everything. That gave us all these things.
Okay.
We didn't just help back, and we needed to support the police so that they would deliver a resource or election that all of us will be proud of. Okay. And today we are proud of. The whole world is congratulating the NDC government for the first time that we are doing a by-election. In fact, this was just a proper by-election. The other one was just a 19 polling station. It was just a top-up.
Okay.
But this was a whole constituency. You held a by-election for 119 polling stations in the face of provocation from our opponent who was breathing fire, whole press conferences, and raising all manner of tension, yet everything went on successful. We need to thank His Excellency John Dramani Mahama for the promise that he made, and he's kept the promise that under my watch, we will not have this cycle of election violence during by-elections occurring again. And it has come to pass.